Hey guys, welcome back to our F1 2013 career mode. Today we have Season 2. It's round number 15 and we head to Suzuka for the Japanese Grand Prix. Let's get into the video. The victory we had last time out at the Korean Grand Prix was huge for the championship. It saw us take back the championship lead after we lost it to Sebastian Vettel. Vettel's run of great form has come to an end somehow. Hamilton is in second place now in the championship, but it's definitely at least a three-way fight, maybe a four-way, maybe even a five-way fight for the championship, who knows. In the constructors, it's definitely between Mercedes and Red Bull now. They're the leading contenders for the championship this season. Unless Lotus have some crazy late season resurgence, but because my teammate Raikkonen, as you see here, is so bad, he's got 86 points and I've got 205. I don't know how he's that bad, but he is really poor. It's heavy rain on Saturday and rain on Sunday, so this is going to be fun, isn't it? The Japanese Grand Prix. Can't wait for this one. Yeah, it's full wet conditions for this qualifying session, and I assume that's going to last the whole session. But it's definitely lasting the whole of qualifying one at least. What this game does really well is just set the atmosphere and the tone, especially in wet conditions. Right now, this is just so immersive. My first lap complete, it felt pretty good. I think it's a solid lap. It's enough for second place, just 3/10 shy of Alonso. Surprisingly, nobody else getting good laps in, so that's the weirdest top three you'll ever see. Alonso first, early second, and Kamui Kobayashi at his home Grand Prix for Caterham gets to in third place. Then it's Hamilton, and then my other rivals, Vettel and Rosberg. My teammate Raikkonen through as well, so who the heck's knocked out? Kvyat knocked out, that's a pretty sizable name. Bottas, Stevens, Massa, Chilton and Gutierrez. So both Caterhams actually getting through to Q2. Q2, very similar conditions to Q1. And we're out there about halfway through the session to get my lap in. I feel like I'm a bit overpowered in these wet conditions. I'm probably easily going to go quickest in this session. And across the line I go. I am fastest by 2.5 tenths of a second. I'm happy with that one. It's weird, the simulated times are just off for the AI. So Vettel and Perez must have put their laps in whilst I was out on the circuit, which I suppose makes sense. So I'm ahead of Vettel, Perez, Hamilton gets through, Alonso, Rosberg, the usuals there. We also see Daniel Ricciardo squeezing through at the expense of Jules Bianchi. Unfortunately, Caterham's slowest in this session. Ericsson and Kobayashi, who was third in Q1, cannot replicate that, even though I'm pretty sure the time he set in Q1 was like 3 seconds faster than that time he set in Q2. And we have intermediate conditions now for Q3. It says 100% chance of rain. I don't know if it's going to intensify or not. So Hamilton, provisional pole of 41.9. So the time's definitely a number of seconds quicker than Q1 and 2 because of the conditions improving. As Alonso now takes pole position at 140 flat. Never mind, it's Kimi Raikkonen on pole position. Is out the final corner. I go up towards the line. I'm 4th place and only 4th place. Can I go quicker than that? Well, not when I make a mistake like that. That's ruined that lap. Oh, God. Well, what an exciting qualifying session that was. Kimi Raikkonen, whose form has been questioned as of late, gets pole position here in a rain-soaked Japanese Grand Prix qualifying session. Fernando Alonso starts alongside him. It's an all-British second row, Hamilton ahead of Early. An all-German third row with Vettel ahead of Nico Rosberg. Then we have Jean-Eric Vergne, Kevin Magnussen, Daniel Ricciardo and Sergio Perez rounding out the top 10. 36% chance of rain for this Grand Prix, but it starts nice and sunny. And it'll be a two-stop strategy if it does stay dry, which it won't. 27-lap race, starting on the options, going to lap 8 for the primes, then lap 17 for the primes again. I assume it'll be 36% at the end of the race, so the rain will be arriving at about lap number 18, 19, something around there. I could go prime and stretch it until the rain arrives, you know? Maybe that's a good idea. The game thinks my tyres are going to be worn out by the time I get to the end of the stint, but we'll just see how it goes. We're going to go prime, option, but it'll be prime, maybe intermediates. Well, there's only one more thing to do, and that's go racing. The 2013 Japanese Grand Prix is next. Everybody around me is going to be on those option tyres, so I might struggle off the start here. 5 lights are on, and we are underway for the Japanese Grand Prix. Up through the gears we go. There's Rosberg on my right hand side, Vettel on my left, and they've both gone past me into turn 1 we go now. Vergne also trying around the outside. A brilliant move there from the Frenchman. Hamilton loose on the exit of turn 2, but Vettel's made a fantastic start. He's now challenging Alonso for second place, and he's made it up to second. Vettel on the road to recovery after a I've just spun Rosberg. That's the second race in a row I've spun my rival. I didn't even know he was there, but Rosberg, I think, is, facing the wrong way briefly. He's gone all the way down to about 20th position. Raikkonen's got a little buffer over Vettel in second place at the end of lap 1 because Vettel and Alonso and Hamilton are all battling for those positions. They're my 3 championship rivals, well, 3 of my championship rivals. Rosberg down in 18th place as it stands. And I'm not getting dropped by any of these guys right now. I'm putting pressure on Jean-Eric Vergne, even though he's on the softer option compounded tyres. And Hamilton challenging Alonso up the inside into 130R. They're still side by side, and Alonso somehow holds on to the place. So I'm going to dive up the inside of Jean-Eric Vergne into the final chicane. That's an advantageous position for me to be in, up to 5th place. DRS enabled now. Raikkonen under huge pressure from Vettel down towards turn 1. I can see Vettel challenging him into that first corner, not quite making the move. There's 3 drivers in the pits already, including Rosberg. What the heck's happened to him? Hamilton's going for it again. This time, can he actually pull ahead of Alonso at the apex of 130R? No, Alonso still holds firm and holds on to the place. It's now Vergne trying to send it up the inside of me where I overtook him on the previous lap. But the Frenchman can't do it. Maybe out the final corner here we can get a run on Lewis Hamilton. My gearing is set up for the wet race. So I'm going to max out on speed here at the end of the straight. And I'm not going to be able to actually pull alongside Hamilton as we both have DRS on Alonso. Oh, Hamilton deep. Round the outside I go at the following right-hander. And I can just about get through. And we're up to 4th place. As Vettel takes the race lead away from my teammate Kimi Raikkonen. That's big for the championship. If things stay as they are right now, I think Vettel will be 1 point behind me at the end of this race. Well, Hamilton wasn't able to do it on the previous 2 laps. Maybe we'll have a better chance. We're opportunity side by side with Alonso towards 130R. And we got the move done before we turn into the corner. Getting close to Raikkonen here under braking into the chicane. Thought about a move. You can see how worn his option tyres are just from back here. We haven't often seen this season at least, but it's the battle of the teammates. Raikkonen versus James Early and a rare sight of Raikkonen ahead of Early. We have a run here towards Spoon Curve or Spoon Corner. Maybe to the inside on my teammate. He turns it across me. What's he doing? Raikkonen, what are you doing, mate? Maybe he didn't see me there. It was quite opportunistic for myself. Got another chance here down towards 130R. Towards the corner we go. We got the inside line and we got the position. That is 2nd place in this race. 5.8 to Vettel. He's, of course, on the option tyre. He's going to be stopping quite soon. It's lap 7, so maybe they're pitting at the end of this lap. No, they all stay out. So we're at least going to lap 8 before these option tyre runners go into the pits. And that is Sebastian Vettel into the pits on the end of lap 8. So Early moves up into the race lead. Raikkonen, I think, is also into the pits. So now the top 3 is Early, Vergne, Ricciardo, which is very strange to see. Vergne, of course, in the Red Bull now in Season 2. Ricciardo remaining in Toro Rosso. That's Vergne and Ricciardo into the pits now on the end of lap number 9. So Vettel already back up to 2nd place. These tyres will easily last till 11 laps. So I don't know what the game was saying before the race, suggesting they will not last. Maybe that's based on what the original game is like. Of course, we're using a mod to sort of lower the tyre wear for the the player. As Valtteri Bottas has dropped out of the race. So we're down to 21 runners. As 15 minutes until light rain, says the race engineer. I say race engineer because I can't remember his name. Like Carl, or it's not Jeff, it's not Rob. Andy, it's Andy, that's it, Andy. Vettel setting blisteringly quick lap times on his fresh tyres. I think it's between me and Vettel for the race victory today. And on the end of lap 11, we're bringing the car in for our first out of 2, hopefully just 2 stops in this race. Putting another set on the prime tyres on. Surprisingly, I'm going to rejoin ahead of Kimi Raikkonen here. I really thought I'd be behind him. But there's a train of cars behind Raikkonen as well, and we're out in 2nd place. Another fastest lap from Vettel. The gap to him is 13.5 seconds. Just over a second clear of my teammate Raikkonen, who has Perez for company in 4th place. Rosberg, he was 21st after his first pit stop. I don't know when his 2nd pit stop is, but right now he's 15th. 10 minutes time till the light rain now, which should work out at about lap number 19, lap number 20. 37 flat from Vettel as I set 37.6, so he's about half a second quicker than me per lap at the moment. You only need about a 17-18 second gap to pit and then come out ahead of your rival. And that gap right now is 14.4 to Vettel, so he's almost stretched it to a pit stop gap. Raikkonen behind me is under pressure from Jean-Eric Vergne. We could see 2 Red Bulls on the podium today in their battle with Mercedes in the Constructors' Championship. That is going to be very crucial. Oh, that's nice. Rosberg set a fastest lap. How cute. Too bad he's a whole lap down. But an update on the other championship rivals. Alonso sits in 5th and Hamilton in 6th position. Only 5 minutes away from the rain now. The AI are going to time their second pit stop absolutely dreadfully. Sebastian Vettel's into the pits. Kimi Raikkonen also into the pits. As down the main straight we go. It's going to be pretty close between me and Vettel here. But I think I should just get ahead. And I am just ahead of the Red Bull driver. I take the race lead. Got Vettel so close behind me. He's got a lot more pace. But right now I've got track positioning. That's what counts. Might actually have a run here towards the inside of the final chicane. He's not going to go for the move. The AI don't like going to the inside. And here goes Vettel down the main straight. He's got DRS as well. He's going to try it around the outside. Can the German do it? He's gone off the track. Off the track goes Sebastian Vettel. He's going to lose a load of time as the rain starts to fall here in Suzuka. He's slipped 5 seconds behind me now, and that might have just gifted me the race victory today. Provided it actually rains enough to, switch to the intermediate tyres. Otherwise, I'm screwed. And after the second round of pit stops, Alonso 6th, Hamilton 7th. So they've dropped an extra position. It's not good for their championship hopes this season, as there's only going to be 4 races after this one. And Kurz is offline now, which doesn't help me out here in that battle against Vettel. He's closing in again. The gap now is 2 seconds. If it doesn't get wet enough for intermediates, I have to make a pit stop. Otherwise, I'm disqualified because I've only used the prime tyres right now. Massive lock-up as well. It's not going to help my chances. I feel like I'm losing this race right now. I know I'm first on the track, but I just feel like I cannot win this. Sebastian Vettel with a run down towards 130R. Is he going to challenge me into that corner? It'll be very brave if he does. He's not going to do it. I've got no Kurz, which is not helping. And I'm a sitting duck down this main straight without Kurz. And the DRS of Sebastian Vettel helps him into the race lead. The German leads the Grand Prix. I'll try and stick with him as best I can, but my tyre is absolutely destroyed by this stage of the Grand Prix, and I really don't think it's going to get wet enough for the intermediate conditions. I might just pit for the options now. The times have hardly dropped off. It's just not raining hard enough. So I'm going to box at the end of lap 22 for the option tyres. And in we go then for our second and final stop in this Grand Prix. Not onto the tyres I thought I'd be putting on at this stage, as I rejoin in 4th place. 6.8 to Verne ahead, so that's the target now. See if we can at least recover a podium place. I'm setting purple sectors now, so definitely the track nowhere near going to intermediate conditions. 3 laps to go, and now the rain is intensifying a little bit. 5 seconds is the gap to Jean-Eric Verne. Andy's just told me to switch to intermediate tyres, but it's still nowhere near the intermediate switchover point.
Out on the dry tyres unless it becomes undrivable. We've only got a few laps remaining.
And now he tells me he wants me to stay out on the dry tyres. This guy's got to make his mind up. Times are starting to drop off a little bit now. 1.5 seconds slower on the previous lap. Yeah, these are definitely intermediate conditions now. There is very little grip out there. 4 seconds slower on the previous lap. The gap to Verne, though, about 2 seconds. I think the AI can handle this sort of soft tyre on a wet track thing much better than I can, because I've got no pace at all now. We're on the final lap. Well, unfortunately for my championship hopes, Sebastian Vettel claims victory here in a rain-affected Japanese Grand Prix as I exit the final corner for the final time. I can't catch up to Verne. Have to settle for 4th place. I mean, I took that gamble with the strategy, and I don't think it would have played out any differently unless the rain had intensified a bit earlier. So 4th place is fine. It's about where I expected. Vettel wins ahead of Raikkonen and Verne completing the podium. So 2 Red Bulls on the podium there. Alonso in 5th ahead of Hamilton. Bianchi impressively up his 7th place ahead of Perez, Ricciardo and Kvyat. Both Toro Rossos in the points today. The Caterham of Ericsson up in 13th place. Rosberg, a minute and 25 off the lead in 15th place. And Kobayashi at his home Grand Prix, only 18th. One retirement, and that was Valtteri Bottas. Kimi Raikkonen and Hulkenberg now eliminated from the Drivers' Championship mathematically. 100 points still on offer for all the drivers. Early leads Vettel by just 2 points. Hamilton is 17 points off the lead. Alonso 38 points adrift. He's just about on holding on in there, but probably unlikely. Rosberg and Verne only there mathematically. I think they're out of the championship fight. It's definitely between the top three, early Vettel and Hamilton. Red Bull take the lead away from Mercedes. It's been a big swing in the championship this weekend. They're 2 points ahead now of the German outfit of Mercedes. Lotus 34 points off the lead. That's still a potential with Raikkonen scoring a podium here today. That definitely helped the team a lot. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.